Hi class. Today we are going to work on how to format your works cited page for your second template-based essay. So a lot of this is going to be review, but I want to make sure that everyone understands all the intricacies to formatting an MLA works cited page. It's all about the details. So I'm going to pretend that I am done with my essay. I ended my essay in the middle of page 3, so my works cited page is going to be page 4. We always start a brand new page for the works cited list. Okay, so first I'm going to change everything so that it is in sync with MLA format. I'm going to change my font to Times New Roman, 12 point. I'm going to change my spacing to double. And right here, you can see that my default is 0 and 8. That is incorrect. I need it to be 0 and 0 so that all lines are spaced evenly. Okay, now I'm ready to go. I'm going to click in the header box, come over. Like I said, I am on page 4. I'm going to pretend that my last name is Smith. Hit the space bar, and I'm on page 4. If you continue from your essay, then your header should already be up there because it's a continuation of the page number that you've already formatted. Okay, at the top of a works cited page, we always title it the exact same way, works cited. It's unbelievable how many people can misspell this. Make sure you get it right. Both words are capitalized. It is centered. Notice that I am not bold facing it. I'm not underlining it. It's just simple font. Okay. Then I'm going to left align. All right. So we're dealing with 2 articles. The O'Brien article is from Rolling Stone magazine. If you ever want to see the original text, all you got to do is Google. So I'm going to take you there real quick. I am going to open up a new tab and take you to, I'm just going to plug in the actual title. Okay, there it is. So as you can see, this is the same thing that you read, but this is the original version. This is where I got it. There are a couple of things to consider when you're trying to figure out what kind of source you're working with. Rolling Stone, I know that that is a rock and roll magazine. If you don't know what Rolling Stone is, seriously, all you have to do is just ask Google, what is Rolling Stone publication? It's an American monthly magazine. Okay, so it'll just tell you what you're dealing with. Then when I figure out that it is a magazine, I have a decision to make. Is this a print article or is this an online article? Well, right here, this gives away a lot of it. You see that the author posted it at a specific time at 5:10 p.m. That's a hint that it probably is an online article. Also, if you check the very bottom of the article, many times it'll say, this article was originally published on pages blah, blah, blah. This one does not have that, so it is an online magazine article. So when you figure out exactly what kind of source you have, it's time to format. So you should be using your Little Seagull handbook. I have posted a short, brief version of the Little Seagull that I'm going to be using to show you. It's right here. You can see that it starts with a table of contents. Page 1 is for in-text documentation, and then page 2 is works cited. So I am going to find article in a magazine. There it is right there. I'm on page 18, so I'm going to scroll down, get to page 18. And in the middle, it says article in a magazine. Notice there are 2 choices, print and online. So I am going to pick the right one. Make sure you have the right one. So they've got it color coded for you, and they also have an example. Okay, so the first thing that MLA wants from you is the author's last name, comma, and first name. Authors' names are always going to go first, and they're always going to be inverted, meaning last name first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plug in O'Brien, comma, Michael. Okay, and I'm going from, I have a printed article in front of me, and I also have the article webpage pulled up. Okay, the next thing that they specify is the title of the article, period, inside quotation marks. All right, so I'm going to take the lazy way out on this one, and I'm just going to cut it. Put my quotation marks, period, close my quotation marks. All right. Next thing that they want is the name of magazine. Okay, it's Rolling Stone. Notice that it's italicized and there's a comma afterward. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Italics. A shortcut to italicize is Control, Shift, and I, if you wonder how I just did that. Rolling Stone, comma. And I'm going to unitalicize by doing the same thing. All right. The next thing that they want is the date on web, comma, and notice that it says pages, if any. Most online sources will not have a page number. So if there isn't a page number and we do not have one, we're just going to skip that segment. So I need date on web. If you look right here at the example, MLA always formats dates with day, month, and then year, and no punctuation in between. So I'm going to do it that exact same way. I'm going back to my article. Okay, and I see that it's August 31st, 2018. So I'm going to do 31. August is abbreviated with 3 letters. The only months that are not abbreviated are the shortest months. So that's going to be May, June, and July. Every other month is formatted with 3 letters. Okay, it's abbreviated with 3 letters, except for September, which is abbreviated SEPT, period. Just a little side note for you. Okay, so I've got the correct date that it was published. The next thing that it wants is the URL, period, and the access day, month, and year. Okay, so I'm going to go to the website. I'm going to copy that URL. Okay, there should be a comma before my URL starts. I'm going to paste it. Okay, there's a period. Now, once I hit that space bar, this URL is going to turn into a hyperlink. There are never going to be hyperlinks on MLA Works Cited page. So I'm simply going to put my cursor over it, right click, and I'm going to choose the option Remove Hyperlink. Get rid of it. Okay. Last but not least is the access date. Anytime you have an online source, MLA wants to know the last time you accessed it. Okay. The reason why is because online sources can change. So we just accessed it. So I'm going to put the word accessed. And I'm going to put today's date, which is, what is today's date? 18th March 2019, and all MLA entries end with a period. Okay, now I'm going to look at everything that I have. I'm going to go back to my handbook, and I want to make sure that mine looks exactly like the example that they gave me, and it does. So they put these examples there for a reason. All right, so make sure you always compare yours and make sure you're on the right page, okay? All right, now one last thing that we have not done, and that is, you see how the first line of the works cited page is flush with the left-hand margin. Everything other than that first line is indented ½ inch. That is called a hanging indent, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right, so the first line is going to be flush. Notice I don't have any bullets, I don't have numbers, nothing, okay? I want these two lines to be indented ½ inch. Okay, so watch what I do. I'm going to go to paragraph. In the middle, it says indentation. Special, I'm going to hit that drop down menu and go to hanging and OK. Once you do that the first time, Microsoft Word will realize what you're doing and it will do it for you. Okay, so then I would go to the Craig and Lewis article and I would do the exact same thing, but this time I'm looking at an online newspaper article. All right, the last thing you need to know is when you're done plugging in all your information for your sources, they need to go in alphabetical order based on the first word of the entry. Okay, so once you get the other article plugged in, you need to decide which one's going to come first. Okay, Lewis or O'Brien. All right, so I think you're ready to do your own works cited page. Please make sure it's correct. If you need to watch this video again and pause it and slow it down, that's perfectly fine. If you need my help or if you want to see if you did it correctly, shoot me an email. All right, I'll see you guys online.